First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Winston now to throw on first down. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
Third down, Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish. But you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
They go play action. Winston. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And coming up on their second drive of the game. Had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It was Jalen Smith who worked through to make that stop. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. A shotgun handoff to Henry. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Touchdown! That's caught. Harris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives are impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Samson Abuka just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Winston on the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. On play action, Winston. Rumbling past the 30 and finally taken down at the 36-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Jameis to throw it. He'll get that out to the flat to White. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Winston. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll throw again. Winston. He'll leave this one for White. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Again, it's Winston. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll get this off to Swift. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 38, Winston. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Meanwhile, Winston's throw here complete to Kelsey. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To the air again with Winston. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. It's Kelsey on the ground. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Winston. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 128 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Derrick Henry powers through him. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Running left, it's Henry. 1st down and much more for Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Derrick Henry with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons Falcons will add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Winston now. Going right side, he finds Slayton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. That's Brown. Touchdown, Carolina. A.J. Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. That is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. Henry. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 43-yard line. What, 224 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Again, it's Henry. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They'll run. It's Henry. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now at 1st down, Henry with a little bit of running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's Henry. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down now. It's Henry. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The kick by Crosby is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Winston to throw. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Winston. Flushed out right. Connects with Slayton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now Winston, sliding out of the pocket. Right side caught by Jackson. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Here's Winston. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On 2nd down, it's Henry. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta.